I failed. I failed at marketing, teaching, waiting tables, screenwriting. I had high hopes for that one. And I quit my job and I have no plan. Besides, making YouTube videos. Yeah. Now this isn't my first channel. I've tried others, but of course those did not work out. One of the channels I tried was a dating channel for Indian men. I don't know what I was thinking. One of the channels was called Character Development. It was basically just a podcast where I drank beer and rambled on for a few hours. Clearly that did not get the traction I thought it would. I think that trying to live up to everyone's expectations caused me to try too many things at once and caused me to eventually fail at most of them. Actually, all of them. Most recently, I thought my identity was wrapped up in being a teacher. I recently quit that job due to all of it. I probably could have stuck it out for a few more years, but I would have eventually become numb to my circumstances and I would have stayed in a job that I didn't like. And it's not that I didn't like teaching, I just didn't like the environment around it. I had a student last year and she trusted me enough to tell me some things about her life and it was a horror story. And on one of the last days that she was in my class, she came up to me and she said, I was reading a book. She was like, oh, you're reading a book? You read books? I was like, I sure do. And she said, oh, I'm too dumb to read books. And I stopped her in her tracks and I said, listen, no, you're not. And I was like, if you keep telling yourself that, it's gonna start to reinforce in your mind. You cannot tell yourself that you're dumb. And so I wrote on a Post-it note, I wrote, I am cool, I am smart, and I can do anything I put my mind to. And I said, I want you to put this on your mirror, I want you to read it every day and tell yourself those things every single day. That was one of my proudest moments of teaching, to be honest. And those are the kinds of things that I miss about teaching in general. A lot of people told me that I quit prematurely, and they knew that I wasn't the type of person to have a plan in place. If you keep telling yourself that, it's gonna start to reinforce in your mind. But I decided to stop waiting for permission. And instead, I just jumped right in to the next chapter in my life. Now, what is that? I don't know. I'm 44 years old. How many more chapters do I have? Ideally, quite a few, but in the grand scheme of things, maybe not that many. I started a business. Do I know anything about business? Sure don't. But I started one anyway. I started a Teachers Pay Teachers store, and I've invested money into building this asset. So far, sales have been pretty bad, and I'm not sure if they'll pick up. But I don't know. I'm not attached to the outcome whatsoever. I can't be. Because if I am, and it fails, I go down with it. After my father died, he left me a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I managed to grow it. I was very lucky. Not that my dad died. I wasn't very lucky. But the fact that he left me anything, I thought was a blessing. And I'm very thankful for it. I didn't have any experience with finance. I was never very good with money. And I always told myself I wasn't any good with money. If you keep telling yourself that, it's gonna start to reinforce in your mind. The point is that you can't be attached to the outcome. You never know what's gonna happen. This could all blow up spectacularly in my face. And if history is any teacher, it probably will.
If you keep telling yourself that, it's gonna start to reinforce in your mind.
Am I scared of the future? Sometimes. There are threats of wars, financial collapse. America's in quite a bit of debt. We have political turmoil, social upheaval. But these are things that are well out of your control. The only thing that you can't control is right here. And that's the point of this entire thing, is to keep moving forward. I'm thankful for this head of hair. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my health. And I'm thankful to have experienced the things I have, good and bad. When my father died, it was one of the most devastating things that's ever happened to me, if not the most. I remember writing in my journal recently that, thank you, Dad, for making me tough, because I realized that from here on out, nothing could ever hurt me like that ever again. There's a certain amount of peace to be found in that feeling. Hey, if you could do me a favor and just click the like button, maybe subscribe if you like what you're seeing here, maybe share it, that would really help us out a lot. We are a pretty small channel. The point is to keep going.